time to take a look at our top 25 most important Eagles for the 2025 season. Yesterday, we kicked off our countdown. Number 25, safety Andrew Makuba coming in at that first spot. So today we go to the other side of the ball. We're going with number 24. It's wide receiver Jahan Dotson. So Dave, what do you make of Dotson's place on this list at 24?
Yeah, obviously the top two receivers are going to come up on this list at some point. Dotson, the clear number 3 on this team, didn't have a ton of production last year. He ended up with 19 catches, 216 yards, no touchdowns in the regular season, but didn't drop any footballs. That's really important when you're going to have these limited opportunities. And then in the playoffs, the numbers weren't great either, but he came through in the clutch, had a couple of catches in the Super Bowl, nearly got in the end zone in the first quarter of the Super Bowl. So he was reliable when they went to him, and I'd imagine he'll get more passes thrown his way this year.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, Dotson was obviously acquired late off-season in August. Training camp had already started, so you're looking at what he was able to do. He just didn't really produce all that much. When you were just talking about a couple of big postseason moments, we did know that, but the former first-round pick by the Commanders is entering the final season of his rookie deal. Do you anticipate he's going to be more involved, given that he's had a lot more time to work with Jalen Hurts and the rest of the offense?
And that's the key, Amy, time with Jalen Hurts. Because the one thing we've learned about Jalen in his time here is that he needs to trust you to feel comfortable throwing you the football. And if he doesn't, you're just probably not going to see the ball. And when you look at this offense, we know the ball is going to go to A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and even Saquon Barkley. There's just not a lot left over for that third receiver. But I do think Dotson will be more productive this year than he was last year. I looked at it. There were 67 receivers last year who played 600-plus snaps. He had the fewest receptions and the fewest receiving yards of that group. So I don't think that all of a sudden he'll become like a 1,000-yard receiver in this offense. I don't think there's enough to go around, but I do think he'll be more productive.
We saw A.J. Brown, obviously, Devontae Smith. They did miss time with some injuries last year. Going forward, you know, the Eagles' passing game really fell apart when those guys were on the shelf. Do you think that they could be better because Dotson is there and he's a little bit more ingrained in the offense if something like that happens again?
Yeah, and I think we saw that late in the year when he got a chance to actually play a full game and being one of the top guys. He looked pretty good. Yeah. And I do think that that's as big a part of the third receiver as being the third receiver on the field in the 11 personnel package when you have the 3 wideouts. It's, hey, if there is an injury, and last year A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith missed time, it's, hey, can this guy step up and be one of the starters? And I think with that extra year with Jalen Hurts and going through all the spring and training camp, all those reps, even if they're on air, they really do matter.